You're back here with the Ladies of Faith Talk Show, and that was a very, very good segment. We had our intern, Courtney Jones, who just broke through. Very excellent job, Courtney. Very wonderful. And we're here today with the Executive Director of Culture for My Kids, Ms. LaShawna Craddock. We're here talking about her organization and what it is that they provide to the community through African dance and drumming, and how they make a difference. They're building self-esteem with our youth through dance and drumming. I think that is just so fascinating, so just wonderful, because we don't have, that I know of, any organization that's doing what they're doing. So, Ms. Craddock, how many children have you been able to assist since your start?
Oh, wow, I've never counted the numbers, but I do want to say that there are other organizations that do work with young people, as far as through African drumming and dancing. So we're not the only organization. I did mention too earlier, there is Easy Bamunta African Dance Company and Allegro Folklore Society.
Okay.
Where Culture for My Kids fits in is that our entire programming is devoted to children. From any decisions that we make to activities to choice of traditional dances that we're going to do to outings to what shows we're going to accept is directly devoted to children. So that's why we add the component of not just dancing and drumming, but learning the culture and the public speaking. And then we even took our children to do research. So our basis is education, cultural education. So that's where Culture for My Kids kind of fits in with its niche.
And do you only work with African American children here in Richmond area? Are you open to everyone? You just want to have this whole cultural wellness and have this togetherness and how people understand the African American culture and Africans in general?
We're open to all. We're open to all. Our thing is, if you are wanting to come in and understand and will be appreciative of the culture, our doors are open. The biggest thing is with any culture, you have to come with an empty cup now. So you can't come with your preconceived notions. So if you're open to truly understanding, because the traditions that keep us united, that keep us strong, they can work for anyone.
Absolutely, because you're teaching self-esteem, teaching these children how to be motivated, how to invest in themselves. You're teaching them about business, about life, all these different types of concepts is very important. It's more than just about the dance. That's just something that's bringing them there that they may have in common, that they're common interests. But all in all, it's just a wonderful, wonderful organization for our youth. And it's keeping them off the streets. It's keeping them out of trouble. It's keeping down the teenage pregnancy and the crime. So we need more organizations like this in our areas. We need more support from our community citizens, our community leaders, individuals, anybody that would be interested. We just need the support of these types of organizations, because children are our future. So we definitely need support. Now, do you have any upcoming fundraiser events?
We do. Again, in our partnership, today at Whole Foods, our children will actually be performing. That is a fundraiser, again, for the McDonough Community Garden, Short Pump. That's at Short Pump, around 4. So that's a fundraiser there. We have 3 summer camps that we're doing this year. So our goal as a fundraiser for our scholarship program is in August, we will have a benefit concert.
And what is your scholarship program?
Well, the scholarship program at its lowest level is we charge like a minimal fee for our program. What the scholarship program is, if there are families that are needy due to whatever reasons, having being laid off or just financially, they're unable to bring their child to the drumming or dance program, we have a scholarship for that. At the highest level, what our scholarship program will be is when our children are ready to graduate and kind of move on, their first year, we do want to provide some kind of funding, whether it's just for books or living expenses for the first year. We do want to make a donation to that because we appreciate their parents allowing them to invest time with us. So we want to kind of invest back into that child. Because I know how expensive tuition is. I'm
very expensive.
Trying to get my master's now, and I'm like, ooh.
So that's awesome. And then with that fundraising event, do you have any more coming up in the near future?
We do have ongoing events. The classes that we do on Mondays at the Robinson Center is kind of a fundraiser for the organization. We have African Imports. We network with African Imports to sell different items. So we get our money in from that way. Again, we will have the concert in August. Once a month, we do a monthly class at Project Yoga. So that is a fundraiser as well. And then we will set up a good old-fashioned donation link on our website.
All right.
And then again, once we get the 501c3, all of that will be tax deductible. But we have a lot of things listed on our website, cultureformykids.com. If you go there, you will see as well that we have maybe, I want to say about 15 different programs that we do offer. So when you ask, getting back to the question of how many children do we work with, I have a Healthy Bodies, Healthy Minds program. I do a Move Your Feet dance competition. We do have the Talamai Youth and Dance Company. Our summer camp, I know we will probably see maybe close to 100 kids this summer.
Wow. So for each program, is there a certain amount of students or children that you can have in each program?
No, we haven't had a cap yet. So as if they can fit in the space, then we'll take them. For the Move Your Feet dance competition, I've had as many as 100 minimum participate for that one event.
Wow, so this is big.
Yeah, so it's just, however, I think for our higher achievement program, we'll have up to 30 kids in that program. With the North Side, Richmond, I'm saying maybe about 20, and then we still have our children, which we work with about up to 25 on a regular basis. So so we'll see about 100 this summer. And depending on this year, actually for the first time, Culture for My Kids' very first educational academic program will be piloted at Henderson Middle School.
Wow.
I'll be the 6th grade English teacher, but little do they know, 6th grade English will be about African and African American history.
Oh, wow.
Our journeys will do literacy.
This is the beginning.
This is the beginning. So
wow.
In that alone, I should have about 100 kids within that program.
So this is going to be piloted at Henderson Middle School, where they're going to actually bring in, and I've not heard of this anywhere, the first African American, you say, history class?
It will be a journey. It's English. It'll be English now. But what I will be teaching is our journeys. My other motto, I have many, will be give them what they know, then give them what they need. So we will start each 9 weeks on a journeys from hip-hop all the way back to African tradition. Within that will be cased the SOL objectives. So they will still cover all of the English SOL objectives, but they will do it through history.
Oh, wow. So will you just put that timeline that you're talking about, hip-hop, based on music and dance, or you're just incorporating different accomplishments of blacks in history and Africans in history?
It will be, yes. We'll start the first 9 weeks talking about the spoken word. We'll do the 4 characteristics of hip-hop. The music, which the DJing, the breakdancing, the rapping, and the graffiti. So, for instance, if we do a 9 weeks, we'll start with hip-hop graffiti, and we'll trace it back to the hieroglyphics of Egypt.
Wow.
You know?
Right.
If we do the rapping of hip-hop, we'll trace it back to the oral tradition of Africa.
Oh, wow.
So we'll start in the current, what they know, what they're used to, and we'll trace it on back so that they learn more and more about themselves every day of schooling.
Now, that seed is planted, and how can our listeners get in contact with you?
You can reach us. Our website is www.cultureformykids.com. We're also on Facebook, Culture for My Kids Incorporated. We're on Twitter, Culture for My Kids. And our phone number is 804-410-1075.
And can you repeat that again?
It's 804 410-1075.
And that website again is www.culture, that's the number 4, my kids, www.cultureformykids.com.
Yes.
All righty. Thank you so much, Ms. Crowder, for coming here sharing about your organization and what you're doing in the community through African dance and drumming, and just making our Richmond more culturally aware of the type of things that we have put in American history on a global aspect as well, because this is so important. I mean, African history it ties into a lot of different things, and whether we as people want to understand it or believe that or learn about it, this is something that we need more of. And I appreciate you, your organization. I appreciate Culture for My Kids, and you're starting with the youth. That's where it all begins. Mm-hmm. So again, thank you, Ms. Crowder, for coming in. Folks, join us back here next Wednesday. Until then, peace and love.